Hi garden friends, I wanted to make a quick video just showing you guys the easiest way that I found to harvest green loofahs all in one piece, and that it's not a pain in the butt. I know if anybody watching has harvested green loofahs before, it's usually because they have a frost coming and they don't want their loofahs to get ruined from the frost, and then they end up having to maybe harvest them when they're green, and they just think it's like the biggest pain in the butt and it takes forever. And I agree, because I've been there and it is such a pain, but I accidentally learned a little trick that has made it so easy to process green loofah, and I just had to make this video to share this with you in case you also grow loofah or you're thinking about it. The trick is so easy. All you have to do is harvest your loofahs when they're green, and then once you do, instead of trying to process them right away, and when I say harvest, I mean cutting your fruit off the plant, and then when I say process, I mean taking your fruit and getting it ready for you to use in however way you wish or choose. That's what I mean by harvest and then process. So wait to process it. And how I learned this is that I harvested all my loofahs and I was like so excited to get ready to process them, but then something came up. I have 2 young kids and they were left on my counter inside the kitchen for a week, up to 2 weeks, some of them, and I just didn't have time to get around to it. And so finally I was like, oh man, I need to process these. So I took it out and I was shocked when I realized that these were able to come off all in one piece, and I said, oh my gosh, this must just be a fluke. And then I did another one and it happened again, and another one and it happened again. And then after like 6 of them, I was like, okay, this is definitely an accidental hack that I just found that I have to share with everybody, because it's just too good not to share. So that's really all it is. You can stop this video now if you wanted to and just say like, oh, you're gonna leave it on your counter for 2 weeks, or don't do 2 weeks actually. Hold on, let me just, before you click the video off, I need to put a little disclaimer. This is actually important, because if you do leave it on your counter for too long, in between when it's green and brown, you can actually destroy your loofah. Sorry, we are like legitimately in the forest, and we have bears back here, so I have to kind of be vigilant when I hear that kind of stuff. No bears, we're good. All right, back to the video. So some of the loofah that I harvested early, and I was planning on just experimenting and waiting till it was brown. So you can harvest your green loofah and leave it on the counter for it to get brown, and then just leave it until it's completely dried out and harvest it that way. And so I had some of those that I had harvested for longer than a week or 2. And then I tried harvesting them before they got brown, and they were ruined. And I'll show you an example. Actually, I have one right here. Hold on. Okay, so here's an example. If you leave it too long, some of your sponge can fall apart and then not really work. So you really do have to kind of be careful. You can see like this is not a good loofah sponge, right? So if it's gone too long, then just wait, in my opinion. That's what I would recommend. But if you do this the right way and you just wait like a week, you can even just try it out, test it out with just one of your loofahs that you've left on the counter for a little while. I would even say wait like 4-5 days, test it out, you know, experiment. You have enough to experiment with. I have a ton, so I did want to put that disclaimer just because I don't want your hard work of gardening, and these take so long to grow in the garden, to be ruined because of advice that I give. So do this at your own discretion. Do not hold me reliable or responsible for anything that goes wrong. I'm just trying to share something that I learned that is really a cool thing. So I would just say, you know, be vigilant, check it. And then how you can check it is, this one again was another one that was left longer than 2 weeks. And you can see that by when you open it up, you can see here how it's like coming completely apart. You can try to save it, and I'll show you a way to do that. But it is so much easier, and this is my proof that this will come off in one piece. You can already see that it's, can you guys see that it's like coming off all together? You really just take your hand like this, or you can use your thumb, or whatever is like most comfortable for you. For me, it's easiest to put this in, and I kind of use my hands to break the skin away from the sponge. You can hear it breaking away. And then you can literally just pull this whole thing out. That's why you do try to get a little break in it. So I don't think I showed you that part because this one was already broken, but you can see, let me just finish getting this part out. This, we might be able to salvage this one, but you can see that it came off in one piece, and there you go. But this is what I mean by like, if you leave it too long, it can kind of like come apart in there when you do go to process it. So just, I wouldn't wait too long. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. I would try to do some, and then when you do whack it to try to open the skin or the outside part, just be a little bit more gentle than you would if the outside of your loofah is like rock hard. So these are for ones that are not rock hard, and you can feel like it kind of feels like crunchy or soft and squishy. Those are the ones that I'm talking about when harvesting and processing. So I hope that that makes sense. You can feel the difference when you harvest them. So here you can see I just took that off very quickly, and it's a lot less messy as far as like the outside part goes. As you can see, it's in one piece, but the, you know, the inside, there's still going to be pulp and stuff, but that's good if you want to use the pulp for skincare or hair gel or whatever else people use. Let me know what you guys use the pulp for. I was trying to use it for shampoo. I tried to use it for hand wash. I think people call the pulp the sap or the pulp, but in Asian cultures, they use this for skincare. It has so many beneficial properties, like health properties for your skin, and also just like inside your body. I think they drink it too, so really expensive. I've tried experimenting, making soap and hair gel and all that stuff, but mine just gets moldy because I don't put any preservatives or anything in it. But I'm trying now to think about what kind of natural preservatives I could use that wouldn't destroy the actual beneficial properties in here. So if anybody knows about any of that, please let me know down below. I was thinking like honey, or like local honey, or salt, vinegar, alcohol, you know, those things. So anyway, that is how you do it. I wanted to share that with you. I'm going to do one more with you guys just so that you guys can see, and I'll show you the ones that I've already processed so far. Excuse my mess. You can see the ones that we left too long to harvest, which were these ones here. This is, I think, goes there or here. And those I'm gonna try to salvage anyway, because I don't like to waste things. So I'm gonna use these probably just for like one-time use sponges for cleaning the toilet, or, you know, cleaning the house or something like that. Again, this was one that was left a little bit longer, but we've already taken some inside for the kids to wash. But you can see here's an example of like really good ones. The good ones are the ones that you can see that have all these like fibers that are in here. And again, these all came off in just one piece, so had to share. So for anyone that doesn't know, loofahs are probably my favorite thing to grow. This is only my second year growing loofahs, but I have them growing everywhere. And by everywhere, I mean this is a loofah plant here, like a bunch of them, and it is growing all the way on the fence here. I planted more bushel basket gourds and loofahs here. They're growing up my roof. Someone was really concerned in one of my videos. They're like, don't let it grow up there. It's going to ruin it, but it's seasonal, so it's going to come down. But can you guys see that it's literally growing up the eave of my roof? Like, it's so cool. There are actual loofahs growing, not just like here. So here's a little one. This is what they look like when they're just starting out. This is a bushel basket gourd plant. A little off track from the video, I'm sorry, but the bushel basket gourds are so cool. And if you grow loofahs, you might really, oh, here's one. So right here is the start of a bushel basket gourd. And I'll show you what those look like really quick. So yeah, I have some of those growing, and I just think it's so cool because there's loofahs. Let me see if I can zoom in for you. Do you see the loofahs right there growing? They're growing off the side of my house. Literally growing everywhere, and they're growing all along, and it's just so cool. They just like vine onto things and just do their thing. There's more. You can see another loofah. That's like a little one right there. It's a pretty shot. All right, let me show you guys different stages of the loofah just for educational reasons. So here is one kind of like in the middle stages. Looks like this. You can kind of see how big it is compared to my hand. And then you saw the little baby ones, which here's another baby one right there. That's the female with the flower on the end of it. And you can self-pollinate those. This arch over here, we had an issue with squash vine borers, and they just destroy everything. We also have a wasp hive in the dirt of this garden bed, but you can see some of those are dipper gourds. I use them for all different kinds of crafts and wooden spoons and all kinds of stuff. And then here you can see these little, you can actually see the squash vine borer on the little bottle gourds. Ones got destroyed, but there's like a bunch of little mini ones that you can see all up here, and I'm just kind of letting them do their own thing. And then I'm gonna let some go brown on the vine because that's what they say to do. Okay, and then over here, go back to the loofah. You can see here a bunch more loofahs growing. So these are loofahs. There's so many of them, and I'm hoping we have a long enough season to be able to harvest all these. And we'll harvest that one and open it up with you so you can see the difference between harvesting it right off the vine and then harvesting it after letting it sit on your counter for 2 weeks. I always get scared to come up in here because of we have spiders like this big, we got snakes, all kinds of things. So I'm always like stick my hands into an area where I can't see everything and there's stuff blocking it. I get kind of nervous. Actually, I have a little tool. Let me show you what I use. Also, stay tuned because after I harvest this, I'm going to show you what the bushel basket gourds look like. They're so cool. This is my tool, by the way. They're little tongs I got at the thrift store to grab things and then be able to cut it instead of sticking my hand in because I was scared of getting bit by like a spider. Oh my gosh, this is the biggest loaf I've ever seen. Oh my god. Holy moly. They come in peace. Snakes and spiders don't hurt me. Oh my gosh. I don't think you guys realize how freaking big this is. Do you guys see how big this is? It's like 3 times the size of my head. Wow. Holy moly. This is just so crazy to me right now. This is my arm. It's literally the size of my arm. Holy moly. I'm surprised they haven't tried to get into the loofahs as far as I know, but you can see right there. See that little worm and that little hole? We do not want that. I'm glad I harvested this because I didn't want that guy ruining my loofah. Wow, this thing's so huge. There's another big one back there too, but kind of harder to get to. I planted so many loofah plants right there, and I planted tomato plants, peppers, all kinds of stuff. If this is your first video that you're watching of mine. Sorry guys, I know I said that this was gonna be a short video, but hopefully people got the tip and the hack at the beginning, and if they want to stay longer, they can. This is straight off of the loofah plant, so I want to show you the difference between trying to process this one and open it up compared to the one that sat on the, oh, this is a bad example, ouch, or when it hurts a lot more. I think it has cut my finger, and actually might be able to come open in one try, so this was a bad example. Man, I need to harvest one that's harder to open so I could show you guys usually what it's like, because it's usually not this easy. Just kidding. This one was easy. Okay, this was a bad example because I'm literally showing you that this one is opening up very easily also. Really open it up all in one piece, but show you guys an example of what they usually are like. So I'm gonna try to find another one, but let me get this one out first and we'll do one more ASMR for you. Oh dang, the little worm did get in there. Look, see that hole? It made eggs in my freaking loofah. Gross. Wow, I've never seen that before. Nasty. All right, well, I'm gonna have to harvest all my loofah now because I don't want them to get any more and ruin my off into the forest I go to find a loofah straight from the vine to show you how difficult it usually is to process these. So, one moment. I'm chickening out. I'm gonna have my husband harvest this one because I'm scared to stick my hand in there. I would show you guys what the bushel basket gourds are. These ones, that's the dipper gourd. This is the loofah. And here are some of the ones that I've been experimenting with. And then this is one of the small little bottle gourds. Those are just some cucumbers, the baby loofah that fell off. But yeah, those are really cool. I'm excited to see what those look like. Here's another smaller one. They say to keep them on the vine and let them dry out on the vine, but the worms and stuff are getting them and they're also just falling off on their own. So, all right, baby, you can grab that one over there. So my camera died, but he got this one. Now he's getting this one. Thank you. Oh gosh, what's all over it? Oh, just stuff from like the lawn, maybe? We need to cut this. Someone scared me and was like, you gotta be careful with that lawn and cut it because there's snakes and rats and all kinds of stuff in there. I'm like, great. So I get scared every time I come up over here. There's one more, but we gotta go down on the other side. Woohoo! You're the best, babe. We were out of town for a while, so some of those grew kind of funky because they got stuck up at the top of the arch. Thank you. I can't believe the worms are getting into the loofah plants. I thought they didn't like the loofah, but I guess I'm wrong. He goes into the wild and he pulls out. Oh my gosh, that thing's huge! Holy moly! You were like not impressed at all. I'm so excited. Can you put it next to your head? Oh, it looks like a huge jalapeno pepper.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of these, honey. That's why, because I worked really hard to grow these. Thanks for helping me.
You're welcome. Here you go.
Okay, so here are the ones that you saw we just got off of the vine, and you can tell, like, this one straight off the vine, if you were harvesting it when it is rock hard like this, I want to show you how difficult it is to open up straight off the vine. Just for funsies, for bonus, we'll leave this at the end in case anyone wants to see the difference in real time, how long it takes and how much harder it is to get the shell of the loofah off when it's like rock hard off of the vine. My hands are getting destroyed just from this one loofah. Okay, now just for comparison, straight off the vine, you saw we just picked these. I want to show you the difference. These you can whack, you're gonna have to whack way harder because they're a lot harder to get open, and then once you do open them, they come off like in pieces like this, and it's just a lot harder. See, my finger is like barely getting in there. It's a lot tougher. It comes off in like literally little pieces like this because you can't, it's just really hard to, you know, I'm like using all my might to try to get it open and it just doesn't want to. So, and it hurts. So you can see just the difference right away. So that is my little tip. I hope it works for you. Again, everybody likes gardening experience is different. So what works for me might not work for you, but you know, test it out and then share your knowledge with others so we can all learn from each other. So if you guys have any tips for gardening or loofahs in general, please, I would love to hear them down below. Thank you for being here. Thanks for watching. I'm really excited that you guys are into like gardening content because I'm so passionate about gardening. I just really would love to share what I've learned with all of you. So thanks for following along, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Turn your notifications on. If you guys have any requests, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. But otherwise, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. I'm sending you all my love and all my positive energy, and I hope to see you in my next video. Mwah.